Fuck! Fuck, man, god damn it, like, ugh! This episode was so close. It was full of so much great shit. I should have loved this episode, but then I had to go and throw in a couple of stupid lines and do a couple of stupid things, and it just drags the whole fucking thing down for me. Fuck! Fuck! Alright, first off, let me just get the synopsis out of the way. Vegeta fights Hit. Vegeta gets the shit kicked out of him by Hit. They can't figure out what the fuck's going on. It's like, it's like he's like one place and hits another place and then fucks Vegeta up. And then the king of the universe or galaxy, whatever the fuck, he is just like, oh, he must be using the Tokitabashi. And they're like, oh, well, what the fuck's that? It's like, oh, well, it's a technique that allows you to skip 0.1 seconds into the future or into time. And Hit is using this to just fuck Vegeta up. Because, 0.1 second is enough for guys of this speed to just wreck shit on one another. So Vegeta gets his shit wrecked, loses, Goku steps in, and then Goku figures out a bit of a strategy around it, blocking, hits by just trying to predict where he's going to attack. Then Goku actually starts countering, landing a few hits of his own, and Kid's like, okay, fuck this, I'm going serious, and Goku's like, yeah, fuck this, I'm gonna go serious. End the episode. Now let's jump straight to the stuff that pissed me off because I just want to get it out of the way right goddamn now. First off, Monaka. They finally revealed that yes, Monaka is a total fucking amateur. He is not a total badass, and he is there solely to motivate Vegeta and Goku to get stronger. That is it. That is all he is there for. And this is fucking stupid. Why the fuck do Goku and Vegeta need a goddamn motivator? Don't you think, like, I don't know, Whis, Beers, Champa, Vados, the fighters of Universe 6. You think that maybe they'd be enough to motivate Goku and Vegeta to fight more, to train harder? Also, was Beers and Whis just thinking that, that Goku and Vegeta were just slacking off on their training because they thought they were the fucking strongest? Because, I mean, they're not the strongest. As far as we know, they're still weaker than Beers and Whis. So Monaka being a total and utter fucking pussy and completely goddamn useless serves no goddamn purpose whatsoever. Narratively, it's a dumb fucking idea. I goddamn hate it. So now we have this new character who is hyped the hell up. He isn't powerful. He has no personality. He barely fucking says anything, so he doesn't even have, a cool personality or character traits for us to latch onto. And his design is fucking retarded. He is a failure across the board. He is the absolute worst character Toriyama has ever fucking created, except besides maybe Chaozu, and even that I question. So yeah, Monaka, he sucks. I hate the fucking concept of him. Fuck him. He shouldn't have been here. He's a goddamn waste of space. Quite literally. Fuck it. The other major thing that really pissed me off in this episode was that Goku was fighting Hit in his base goddamn form. Hit wrecked the ever-loving shit out of Vegeta in his SSGSS form, and here Goku is actually taking hits from him and countering and delivering some of his own in his base fucking form. Are you goddamn kidding me? The power gap between those two forms should be fucking insane. There should be no way for Goku to even land a single hit or even take a single fucking hit from him. Even if Hit was delivering a light punch that was just weak enough to fuck Vegeta's face up a little bit, that should be enough to shatter Goku's arms even if he is goddamn blocking. It's stupid. Because the statement this is making is either, one, the SSGSS form is nowhere near as big of a power-up as we think it is, or Goku's base form is just that much greater than Vegeta's, and I'm pretty sure people aren't going to be happy with either one of those answers. Then again, this is Dragon Ball Super, so who the fuck is actually expecting answers? I know I'm not. The other thing that really pissed me off was the bullshit line that Goku delivers about how he's fighting in his base form because transformations waste his stamina. Bullshit, it does! For those who may have forgotten, Goku had mastered his SS1 form during the goddamn Cell games, meaning that form he can now treat as if it were his base. It does not wear on his body at all. It does not hurt his stamina whatsoever. And in his SSGSS form, the whole concept behind that was to hold his ki inside his body, not let it leak out, not, drain his stamina. These are two transformations. The two transformations that they are shown using in this tournament are the two that should not waste any stamina whatsoever. It's a bullshit fucking excuse, and I goddamn hate it. Goku could have said, well, I don't want to transform because transformations give me horrible diarrhea, and I would have been more okay with that because it's never been clearly stated in the series that transforming doesn't give you horrible diarrhea. Fuck, that was just some shitty writing all the way across the board. God damn it. Okay, now on to the parts I actually really did like. First off, the animation here is fantastic. I loved it. They did that thing where it's a little less detailed than some of the previous episodes we've been seeing. It's a little bit more rounded off, and the animation has a lot more squash and stretch to it, making the characters look a little bit more limber, a little bit more agile, and it gives the added effect of their hits having more weight to them, which is something I really like. I really like that animation style. It's something that like a lot of high-end animation studios use to get really fluid animation going. I know a lot of people seem to think it's poorly animated, it looks like shit. It's like, no, it's just they're altering the character designs because it's a different style of animation, and they need to fit that style of animation. I think it looks great. I think the fight scenes look great. The choreography was top fucking notch this episode. Probably some of my favorite action sequences in this series so far. And that even goes for the Goku versus Hit segment that horribly pissed me off, because even though it pissed me off, it looks fucking stellar. I loved it. It was cool. Also, the music was really on point this episode. In fact, it was on point last episode too, and I forgot to mention it last review. But here, I'm going to bring it up here because it was also amazing in this episode. It's like they took like the 3 amazing Sumitomo tracks that he has ever made and just used them in all the right places throughout this episode and the last episode just for the maximum effect. I loved it. That was really great use of music, really great use of animation. Visually, audibly, just the presentation here was 100% on point. Loved it. It was great. 2 thumbs up. Some other things I like. One, they brought up the whole Jocko's eyes thing again. The fact that Jocko has like really, amazing eyes. That he can see ridiculously fast movements to the point to where he could tell that Hit was literally just disappearing from one position to the next, and he was just gone. And that was cool. Like, he can actually sense that. It's like, not that he's moving so fast that Jocko couldn't see him, but that, he was literally just skipping in time. Like, practically goddamn teleporting. So, that was really cool. And the fact that, that whole eye line from the Golden Frieza arc, it has been coming back. It is a relevant thing. To think that they actually gave some foreshadow to something that was going to be relevant in a later arc. It's almost like I'm not watching Dragon Ball Super. It's like I'm watching a really well-written anime. The second thing I really liked is Whis' dedication to Goku and Vegeta's training. How apparently there is a really good way to get around Hit's Tokotabashi. And Whis is like, I'm not going to tell him because it'd be better for his training if he figures it out on his own. I dug that because it shows that Whis really is a mentor. He is, an instructor. He wants his students to just learn on their own as well as being taught by him. It's a very Muten Roshi-esque way of training, as well as, Karin, Mr. Popo. I really dug that aspect of Whis' character. It's a side of him we haven't really got to see. And I also really like the strategy Goku employs against Hit. To think, in this day and age, we're getting multiple Dragon Ball fights in a row that focus on strategy and techniques. That's really cool. Like, as much as the whole, the way that they've been executing this thing pisses me off, the fact that they gave Hit such a unique, interesting move is really cool to me. And the fact that Goku came up with this really unique workaround for it, trying to outsmart him, predict him, instead of just fighting him straight on, just hit him as hard as he can, I thought that was really cool. It really brings me back to old school Dragon Ball, because Z really just abandoned that whole concept of strategy. It just became about whoever can hit who the hardest wins. Now it's about, this guy has some crazy weird fucking technique. I'm at this weird disadvantage. Let me try and even the playing field. I really like that. Overall, there's just so much good shit in this episode. Really, it's just a couple of things just kind of drag it down. Really, if they hadn't have done the Monaka reveal, and if the Goku had just been fighting in his SSGS S form from the beginning of the goddamn fight, those 2 things would have just smoothed it over this entire episode. And it would have been like a 10 out of 10 episode, and instead it's like, a 6 or so. Fuck. I should love this episode. It's, like I said, it's full of so much cool shit, and then they had to do stupid shit and fuck it up for me. And it's just like, man, Zeon hasn't bitched about this show in a while. We need to do something to just kind of fuck it up a little bit. Like, we'll make a really great episode, but then do some shit he's really gonna hate. Because apparently Toei's production staff gives a flying fuck about some random 30-year-old jackass bitching about their cartoon on the internet. That's totally a thing. Unfortunately, after the amazing few episodes we've had, the series is starting to go a little downhill. I'm starting to worry. I'm hoping this isn't a trend. I'm hoping this is just like one a couple of bad narrative bumps in this, and it's going to pick back up and end on a really strong high note. Hopefully, it doesn't disappoint me and fuck things up. Hopefully. Until next time, guys, Zeon, out.